It's exciting. Like it's fun being here and being a part of guys that weren't on that Greensboro team. So being able to watch guys, Jared Jones, Aaron Shortridge is coming back off of Tommy John. Like just to see these guys throw and to be a part of it, see how the younger guys, work, what they're like. With Salamento and Bubba, and I don't even know if I said his last name right, but
Salamito.
There we go.
Salamento.
So, but anyway, so it's just cool to see arms that I hadn't really got the chance to over the season, and see guys that I talk to every year in spring and over the off season, and then get a chance to actually work with them is cool. So being at this camp is awesome, and I think we're doing some really good things with the direction of each individual player rather than the pitching staff as a whole. So it's cool to see that and see guys improving on the things that they need to improve versus, Tanash Thomas doesn't need what I need, and that kind of stuff. And it feels cool that it's more tailored to, each pitcher as well as it can be when you have, 50 people at one camp. So
yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't the way it was when you came in here, was it?
It wasn't.
No.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're definitely going in a really good direction from, a goal setting standpoint, and actually, talking down, sitting with the players and seeing what works for them, what doesn't, and actually taking that feedback and adjusting the plan to achieve the goals based off of, what each player needs. So it's definitely very progressive, and it's exciting to see, and I think everyone's going to benefit from it in some way.
It's kind of been your area of focus coming into this, obviously after a very good season that you had.
Yeah, so I think for me, it's definitely been staying grounded, staying connected through my backside, and essentially just using my legs better. Last year it wasn't bad. I was able to stay healthy and throw the entire year and have some success. But definitely some things weren't as crisp and as good as I would have liked them to be. So definitely staying in the backside to create some more tension and things, of that nature is definitely a focus for me this off season, as well as continuing to develop pitches such as a slider and changeup and curveball, all of them for that instance. So continuing to hone in on the consistency there, but staying on that backside and using my legs a little bit better, lower half a little bit better is gonna translate to those pitches getting better and more consistent as well. So it's fun being able to kill two birds with one stone there.
You made some of those mechanical changes last year, right? Try to be more direct towards the plate, or
certainly, yeah. And then with the whole season and being able to try and adjust to be successful, definitely started to do some different things. And now when it's the off season, that during the season it's time you compete and work on what you need to work on and repeat. And then now the off season you can really kind of analyze things more in depth without. I'm a guy who I need to not think. When I think, I get myself into trouble. So during the season, thinking about mechanics and what I'm doing didn't really help me, especially early. And so that was something that I just learned about myself. But right now is a great time to think and to learn and to, take in, the video and the criticisms and continue to build off of those things to hopefully, start next year better than the start of last year, which wasn't very good in my opinion.
How do you feel like you are a different pitcher after your first full season? What have you learned? What do you feel like maybe is different?
I just feel like I've learned that at the end of the day, the things that make me good aren't necessarily, pitches, or maybe, just different things that I can do, but it's more so holistic. Like, I feel like what makes me good is that I compete and want to win more than the guy at the plate, and also, bring in athleticism to that. That really benefits, my game as a pitcher and myself as an athlete. And so being able to lock into that mental side usually cleans up a lot of the physical for me, and that's something that I just need to focus and trust going into this year. Focus and trust the good work that I'm putting in now and continuing to put in for next year, and just continue to build off of that. And I think, a big thing that myself and maybe some other pitchers, struggle with is like that trust component. Last year it was definitely thrown into things with, being in big league camp, not knowing, anything about that, and facing better hitters than I ever have, and definitely that challenge got to me a little bit, and that's something I just didn't trust myself. And so now, after a full season under my belt of learning and failing and learning and failing over and over again, I've definitely developed a lot of trust in what I can do. And as long as I continue to keep doing the things, working hard and getting better, getting stronger, moving better, I should never not trust myself in any situation. And so, just that confidence and that mindset came through, like I said, all the trials and errors through the season, and it's been really fun to go through those things.
It wasn't that long ago that you were like the young guy. You were the high school kid coming in here, and now like you have guys under you. You have this. You're talking to several guys about their draft class full of high school kids, and you're now looking down on these guys. Is that weird, cool, fun?
I'm
Do you
not.
feel
It's
like you're
weird.
a part of them?
It's weird. I wouldn't say I'm looking down on anybody.
Yeah, I just mean like you're older. That's
but
it.
certainly, I know where I'm going around this place. I've been here enough to where it's like, oh, we're Pirate City again. This is how I get to the locker room. I know where the rooms are, like those type of things where, the new guys still learning and still learning. Like, honestly, when I was young, I didn't know what was okay to do, what wasn't okay to do, and whatnot. And those are the things that, I just want to help those guys even as much as on the baseball side. I really tried to not, what works for me is not going to work for everybody. So I don't like to press, if I do something well, I don't like to press what I do well and why I do it well on other people. Yeah. I will offer like pointers and stuff, but more so like on the making life easier side. I feel like that's, an area that I can hit in terms of like, no, like this way's faster, or, maybe if you think about it this way and different things like that. And those are the things that I feel like are easy, and they do help everybody versus me saying, oh, grip your changeup like this because it works for me. And be like, all right, dude, sure. Like, I don't care. So it just is like picking and choosing what you're coaching on, and just understanding that a lot of guys do things really well. And they do things really different. Like, I couldn't throw any different from Solomito. This dude's out here, and so I'm not going to tell him.
To be fair, the rest of the world would say that too.
Yeah, and so it's like, man, like, I'm not throwing you, do that on you, but if you need help, getting around the weight room or who to ask for anything, just that's something that I want to be for those guys, because I know that I had people, Max Kranick, Aaron Shortridge, Shea, like, if I needed questions asked, there were guys above me that would, answer those questions, and I guess I just want to, be a resource for those guys too, so.
Kind of building off that, have you noticed, you've always had people watching you, whether it's fans or scouts or whatever, but do you ever feel like there might be some eyes on you from your peers around here now? Because, everyone here has a Baseball America subscription also, so.
I guess I just don't really think about it. I do understand that with the position that I'm in within the organization, that there are going to be eyes, what's Quinn doing? If Quinn's doing that, then maybe it's okay, especially for some younger guys. And so, like, I always like to lead by example. And like I was saying before, I don't like to press, what I think and my beliefs on anybody. So I just I like to lead by example, and when the time's right, need to say something. But I do understand that, with just how my life and baseball career has gone, is there's going to be eyes and people are going to be making judgments, and I just try to give them every reason to make good judgments about myself and hopefully respect me as a player and as a person as well. So I just try not to ruffle feathers. I'm not here. We're all teammates. We're all gonna, play with each other at some point, and I just, I understand that it's there, but I don't like to think about it that way in any means. So just try and be myself every day.